Good morning to anyone who is here. I managed to get here a little bit earlier than I thought, so. Oh. I was running a little bit though. Hopefully we won't have as much chaos as yesterday. I did not want to leave the stream the way I did, but life. Okay. So the theme of the day is definitely tariffs, especially the Chinese situation. I have not caught up on my news stream since I got back into my office, but it's all about countermeasures and craziness. So, okay. EU Commission says it will impose the first countermeasures against the U.S. on April 15th, retaliation of 10 to 25% on U.S. goods. Man, it looks like it wants to push right now. Because the VIX is coming down. I'm watching the VIX right now. Let me switch over to this. I need to get the fire lines where it has this chart on there too, because I miss it. But I'm watching now. I was waiting to see. It looked like the VIX might come up and do a cross, but it's not yet. But what I'm watching is we're doing this at the LVLs on the fire lines. So if you're not familiar with the fire lines, I can kind of go over that. But if you are, you kind of know that that's a big level to watch, especially with the dynamic value line, which is a moving average below us. That's the VWAP down there too. I'm supposed to have an auto trader going. Let's see. So we're going to test my auto trader. I was trying to get it so where I could put the thing on the screen on TradingView, but I'm so close. I'm so close. Next stream I'll have it there for the new bot. But it's also a manual trade, so I'll get it. I'm working on the video for the trade too. But right now we're just kind of bull flagging. I'm on the 15-minute here. Let me move down to the 5 because I'm kind of watching this 5-minute bull flag forming right at the LVL. So it would be a bull flag break and an LVL break to get through. Got the Mo roll trying to move up here too. I'm just going to take a little quick scalp just to get something on because I just want something. There, I just took the quickest little scalp ever, that little break, just to, oh, here it goes, big time without me. That's okay. I just wanted to get something on the board early and I saw that little pump. We're still 8 minutes into the day, so kind of a dangerous time. So it hit this little swing high there. That was kind of what I was looking at for a quick little hit here. But we'll see if it keeps going. Oh gosh, this thing's going hard without me. I don't see the VIX moving though. See how the indexes are moving a little stronger than VIX right now? So I'm going to let this pump or whatever kind of sizzle out here. Ooh, should not have paper painted that one, man. Oh well. I'm on the board green. I'm going to focus on the good stuff here. So the bot that I have is an orb bot and I'm testing it. It's not quite ready, but the deal is I tested the orbs. I'm gonna make a video about this, so I'll show you all my research and stuff. But I was frustrated because I love the orb trade. I love teaching it to new traders, but I do know that it works in certain environments better than others. And when I was comparing all the charts, it's the elevated ATR. So I've programmed an ATR filter into there, so it's not going to take the trade unless we have a high ATR, but we should today. So I'm going to see if we're going to get into a trade on my bot in 5 minutes. Well, it would be as early as 5 minutes. Okay, so technically in the 𝗙𝗵𝗁 for the fire lines, but y'all know sometimes I kind of break the rules when it's got a lot of meat on the bone. Because look at this. This is crazy. I'm not drawing my 10-point box. Somebody gave me shit for that yesterday. They won't do it in the chat. They got to be a big guy and do it later. Look how big that box is. It's like 75 points. I cannot believe I got out of that so fast. Are you long or sitting on the sideways? I was long for a second, and then I took profit, and this thing took off. So I'm on the sidelines. That happened like instantly as soon as I got on the stream. I was like, oh crap. But yeah, I was watching this bull flag break at that level. And because I don't really like trading in the first 15 minutes, I always just like super scalp those and I take them off super fast. So that's kind of what I did, even though this thing just expanded immediately afterwards without me. Oh well. Today's kind of weird. So, oh, good morning, Boba. Sorry, that was a lot of excitement right when I came on here. But, a win is a win, that's right. It's a little chaotic coming in here. I made sure that all the gates are shut and that all the fences are reinforced. Oh, because y'all don't know what happened. I told if you weren't in the Discord, you didn't see. When I ended the stream abruptly yesterday, it's because a neighbor texted me. He's like, "Are these yours?" And I was like, "Yes, those are mine." My critters had gotten out. I got some crafty escape artists that went and was like, hey, I want my friends to come with me this time. So I had to go round everybody up real quick. I did not want them to get out into the road. This is why I took that off so fast. So it gave us a massive, massive, massive move off of this. So it ended up being, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to. Oh my God. It's like a 50-point move. But, yeah. I just can't stand sitting in those. But yeah, so I made sure everything is secured today. Today we have, well, it's tariffs. And then the FOMC minutes is in the afternoon. I was planning on not trading in the afternoon at all. I'm not a big afternoon trader anyway. But because we have the FOMC minutes and it's not the meeting, so I want to be clear about that. The meeting is the big event because that's when they announce the new rate. If there is a new rate, they could hold it steady like they did last time. So they announce the rate and then they have the press conference afterwards. So it's like the whole afternoon is kind of crazy. So today they're just releasing the meeting minutes. So that's going to be what they were talking about. So that'll give us, it's kind of like getting guidance on an earnings report. So you get the initial number, which was last week, and then you get the guidance afterwards. And that's kind of the way I'd look at the meeting minutes a little bit. So we might get some new information about the next meeting and things and how they came to that decision and in turn how they would be coming to the next decisions. But we shouldn't be getting anything too terribly new or exciting. It just, the market kind of sits and waits just kind of in case we do. So, good morning, Willie. So yeah, this morning I got that little quick hit in and, you know, I'll take it because it's these first candles are crazy. Everybody knows that. A lot of times I will just completely sit on my hands and wait. But what I'm doing today is I've been working on the opening range breakout trade. Because if y'all don't know, my goal in all of this is to get less and less hands-on at trading. I want more and more to be automated for me because a lot of this, some of this I need to do myself, but some of this I can program. And so if there's something that I see the opportunity to program that's a really systematic trade like an opening range breakout, I'll go for it. So I've been studying it really, really hard because I know it works really, really well sometimes and not at all other times. So I've put the filters on there and we're interested to see if we get this trade. So it's now, since we're 15 minutes in, we've passed the 45-minute mark. It has its calculations. So let me see. Which chart did I put it on? I lost it. So it's going to be over 57. That was wrong. 50, 70, 75. I'm telling y'all, these wide ranges are screwing me up on my numbers. And then the lower end is 49, 81, 25. So now we just kind of, I'm going to wait and see that since it's on sim and its own account, it doesn't affect any other trades that I might find, but I am kind of paying attention. The other thing I'm looking at here is we've got the LVL right underneath here. So this is the fire lines, if you're not familiar. The fire line system has a set of levels to watch every day. And yesterday I didn't really like the spacing of them and kind of where stuff was. I was relying more on magic levels, but today I really like the way the fire lines are playing. And I can put the magic lines on top because one of the cool things that happens sometimes, well, we've got some really good support on the magic levels there, but sometimes we'll have them line up. It's like if we get things going, there's a really good spot up there. Not as much today as I like to see, but oh, look at that. The magic levels really held that morning price action. Okay, I'm still watching VIX too. VIX is a little quiet, honestly. So it went down to 49. The high from the morning anyway was almost 58. So that's a big drop down on the VIX. That could help us move up. I like the video Mr. Rumors made on using the previous day's high and low. That seems pretty legit. I do use the previous day's high and low. I'll have to go check that out. So I do like the previous day's high and low. I do have them on another chart. I haven't really taught all this stuff because it's still it's not a finished thought yet. So I've learned, I could regurgitate kind of what I've learned, but I always want to try to expand on things a little bit, and I'm not there yet. But I do love that. So the previous days high and low are great. So I really like inside days and outside day trading, if you're familiar with that, where we're just literally looking if the bar is going to stay inside of the price action from the previous days. And so that's kind of all on the same. There are different ways of looking at the same thing, and so that's kind of what that is. But also the open and close. I always pay a lot of attention to the open and close. Not just for the dailies, but for other time frames as well. Okay, VIX is ticking up a little bit. Oh, I don't have it on my other chart here. Let me fix that. I did not get the morning time with the charts that I like to. So catching up a little bit here. The thing that I think we do have to kind of watch out for is chop, because the chop today can be so violent. And the thing with chop is even if it's like kind of in a range, it can be really unpredictable. So if you're going to trade chop, you literally have to buy the lows and sell the highs. And pray a little bit too, I guess, probably. Dear market, keep out of my orifices today, please. Okay, I did want to catch up on the news a little bit. So we had a lot of headlines this morning. They were kind of funny. Okay, Kashkari, who's a Fed member, says no monetary policy response up or down should be off the table. Hurdle to changing the policy rate has increased due to tariffs. The bar is higher for cutting, even if the economy and labor market are weakening. I am kind of watching this bull flag here. I'm suspicious of everything today. But I am looking at this kind of little bull flag guy forming here. I really want to see something broken though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if we're going to get that today, but you never know these days. Anyway, we'll catch up on the news a little bit more. The European Union Commission says will impose first countermeasures against the U.S. on April 15th. Retaliation of 10 to 25% on U.S. imports, secured backing from EU countries for the first countermeasures against U.S. tariffs. Walmart announces a $7 billion buyback. Interesting. I've seen a lot of buybacks lately. 104% tariffs on China came into effect. China retaliates in tit-for-tat move. Tit-for-tat. U.S. President Trump posts, "Be cool! Everything is going to work out well. The USA will be bigger and better than ever before." And then posts, "It's a great time to buy." So we saw something that was posted in the Discord about like a liquidity injection into the market from Congress. I think that was Trump's attempt at a liquidity injection. Why does that sound so dirty? Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know if Andy's listening to the stream, but yeah, you could definitely, the damn tariffs, just blame everything on the tariffs right now. All your problems. I stubbed my toe. Damn tariffs. The kids are talking back. Damn tariffs. The dog pissed on the floor. Damn tariffs. It's the tariffs' fault. Whew. And this is looking like it's about to pop. Pop, 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 pop. Ooh, go get that high. Okay, I'm watching this high wick right now. See if we go get that high wick. I'm scalping this because I also have a magic line. I kind of showed that earlier. I got that magic line right there. And then we're getting close to that orb. I told you the orb was around 50, 70. So, oh, and part of the deal with the orb trade is having the orb targets. So, my brain's fried here right now. I can tell you what the target will be if we get there. Okay. The target would be around 51.16. All right, come on, keep popping. Pop, 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 pop. I'm closing out of this. It can go without me. It's making me nervous. I don't know why. I don't want to feel that nervous about it. I was trying to go for that magic line right there. 10 a.m. buy programs hitting the market. Because Trump said buy. Trump said it's a great time to buy. So it's a great time to buy. Make America buy again. Good morning, Monty. Where would you set the stop loss for the orb trade? This is why I wish I had the thing ready. I really think I can have it ready. I was working on it this morning. The stop loss will be 50.26. So I made a tool that shows you where your stop loss and everything should be on an orb trade. And the thing I'm working on right now is I'm telling you if the conditions are good, and then also the auto trader, which has not triggered yet. So the auto trader, it's not ready, but I'm trying to work on having it go with expanding ATR, but I also want it to be in a high ATR environment on the higher time frames. It's a lot of little, I've been in back testing hell with it. Yeah, it's the 50% line on the orb for the stop. Right now, so I really wanted to do a whole video on this because this was really interesting. And see, now it's going without me. But when I went and compared, I was just comparing so I did a back test with no rules on the orb. Just literally take it. If it crosses the 15-minute orb on either direction. Otherwise, don't take it. And then I was comparing the profit and loss chart, because if you just run it with no rules, you get killed in commissions. I ran it over several years, and the gross profit was like $2 million, and then the net profit was like $5,000. Like, it was bad. But then what I noticed is if you compare that to like the daily ATR charts and things, they're the same. So if you can filter your trades by that, then you can cut the losers out. So that's what I'm working on right now. But right now, because we do have the elevated ATR, I try to rattle, like, here's the problem. If I just say the numbers, the calculation on TradingView is different than the calculation on NinjaTrader. Man, it's going to get this whole trade without me. This is like my life this week, though. I keep missing out on things. But that's my fault, because I was coding in the morning already. Coding brain is not good at trading. I don't know why. It actually annoys me. Yesterday, this trade worked out both ways. It took the long and it made profit, and then it went back and took the short and made profit. But since it's a breakout trade, it has to have the ability to break out, which it does with the high ATR, but then we're also on a choppier day today because we have the FOMC and yeah. Tariff drama, I guess. Damn tariffs. And Pat, I don't know if you're on the stream. You might be banned from trading since you just got your eval pass, but congratulations to Pat. I know getting that first one is so huge. Then you'll be able to get more. Once you can get one, you can get more. You know what this is? This is like a slow trade, and I was looking for a fast trade. I think that's like the vibes it was giving off that kind of shook me out of it. I got a little bit. I made a fifth of what I would have. So it's not a loss, okay? You know what I do? I'm actually like who can relate to me here on the perfectionist thing. Like, I'm a bad perfectionist, and I have to let go of that when I'm trading. Because I can keep a perfect score and have no losses, but then my profit's smaller. I think it's reasonable to be cautious in this environment, though. I'm watching VIX coming down to some lower time frame support here around 49. A little bit more than that, I guess. It's a zone, though. That's the problem. It's like 49 down to 48, really. So we could see VIX slow down. If it actually breaks through there, though, if now's a good time to buy, signed DJT on Twitter or X, does it, we're all good. Short squeeze on. Whew. Seriously, these numbers are confusing me still. Like, how are we ever going to go back to trading normal volatility after this? I mean, I'm just looking at this. It's like S&P is not supposed to have 300-point moves. Like, oh, Boba, I remembered. I'm going to do my job so you don't have to. Don't forget to like the stream. Smash the like button. Do the things. It makes me feel like I should make y'all more videos and things and more live streams. It's just very slowly going to that target without me. I got a little piece. I don't usually get shaken out on the 5-minute chart, but man, there it is. Target achieved, not acquired. Achieved. Whoa! Where's my orb trade? It broke the orb and my shit didn't trade. What the hell? You're supposed to be in a there it is. Oh, because it was going on close. That's right. All right, so the bot is trading. Oh, the bot is good so far, but it's got a ways to go. So we're looking to go up to I told y'all earlier, 16, 15. Why? Oh, I see the problem. There it is. Okay. Ugh, I do not have this set up to share at all right now. Where am I? I'm so lost right now. Here is the orb trade right now. This is just a screenshot. Sorry. $53.05.25. What's that? Is that where we're going today? I would say that's completely unlikely, but the market has gone insane lately, so anything is possible. I know the options are insane because of the volatility. Because I've been having the same complaint. I was trying to buy some monthlies. Even the monthlies right now on SPY are kind of insane. So yesterday, the orb trade was a patience tester on the long side. And then when it came back and got the short side, it was not. Oh God, it's still doing the freaking things wrong. I have more code to fix. Why won't you just do what's in my brain instead of what I tell you to do? Okay, we've got the IP coming up here too. So it's actually in the way of the orb trade. So we need to break the IP. Here we go. So here's the thing. If I can start getting more and more of my trades automated, I'm still going to watch them. But do y'all know how much like pressure that takes off? Like, 'cause right now the 𝗘𝗏𝗿bot's not trading because the 𝗘𝗏𝗿bot is the opposite of the orb bot and it's looking for reversals. And it would get eaten alive right now. I've been meaning to get back and working on it because this is a good environment to tell it what not to do. But I've not been having that run in the background and it's kind of sad. But when I'm telling y'all that I have projects that I'm working on, these are the kinds of things I'm working on. Is a lot of the times it's indicators and auto trades. So the orb got not even halfway to the target. And I was looking at, by the way, I was looking at back testing when you get halfway to the target, moving the stop to break even, and it doesn't actually seem like that's a good idea. So I'm playing with some other stop ideas. You see what I mean with the wickiness though? So this wick, zoom way in here. This wick is insane right now. It's like 20 points just on that wick. So if you're having a hard time, this is why these ranges are insane. And the best thing to do is just size way down. Like there's no shame in trading 1 micro when a wick can easily go 20 points. You know what I mean? What is this one? 25 points on a 5-minute wick on the ES. Oh, the orb is in drawdown. Oh no. One thing I will tell you though is you cannot stare at your bot trades. They will drive you crazy. Okay, I'm still looking to, so we've got this, I'm gonna move over to this chart. We've got this uptrend kind of supported by the VWAP right now. Will VWAP take out that trade? No. Oh, where was I going with that? So we got this, if we keep holding VWAP, that's the current pattern. But it does look like it's coming down here. Don't stop out the orb. It's weird when I'm nervous about the market moving down 10 points. Okay, it stopped out. Bummer, man. Well, that means I'm beating the bot today because I'm green, even though it's not a very strong green. Glass half full, y'all. Glass half full. This is ugly, ugly, ugly right now. I don't have it programmed to take it the second time. It only tries once. It'll try it out the bottom side. But that bottom side is way down here. The VIX is back up to 50. Man, I hope we don't chop here. This is actually an annoying place to chop. So Rob would tell me not to trade this. Y'all know why Rob would tell me not to trade this. Let me take the magic level off of there. Let's look at just, I got the VWAP on there too. So this is just Rob's chart. Does anybody know why you would tell me not to trade this? It is in the 𝗙𝗶𝗁𝗁. It's the 𝗙𝗶𝗁𝗁. Because we're between the, between the dynamic fire line and the IP. So the IP, if you're not familiar, is basically a line in the sand. So above that, we can go long. Above the SMA, we can go long. But below the IP, we go short. So that's why it's an indecision zone. The hard thing is that these have been so wide. So that's why when I see like a really good setup like this other thing earlier, this is the exact same setup I showed y'all yesterday too, isn't it? When you're at when you're at a level and get a flag, well, a flag break, that's money. And I just took it up to here, which looks like nothing, but if you take it, I'm trying to get it up to here. Here we go. It's 14 points. 14 points in that little bitty tiny thing. So all you have to do is wait for the most reliable thing and do nothing else. Because that was a little trade that I was looking for earlier. I didn't get the full 14 points. I got more like 10, but do you see what I mean? Like you don't have to get the big runs. We're used to wanting to get this whole thing, or at least like this whole thing, and we don't have to right now. All right. We just tapped the bottom of the opening range. So next time we're on the stream, surely by then I'll have this whole thing set up where I can put it on. I know there's other indicators that do it, but I like things my way. I feel like there's like too much on the screen when I try those, so mine's real stripped down. Just has what you need. Let's take a look at what the rest of the market is doing. Man, crude. I think we should all have a moment for crude. Let's pour one out for crude. It's time to pour one out for crude. 57.36 right now. We've got the NASDAQ and the ES. All the indexes are basically doing the same thing. The Russell's the lagger right now. 10 years not doing bad. The dollar, I wish I understood forex better right now because the dollar is doing some crazy stuff. Like, it's made this move down and now it's got this really wide choppy zone. I was looking at that a little bit this morning. It wicked the 50% on the orb and sitting at the 50%. Yeah, well, it stopped out the trade, unfortunately. Yesterday, it grabbed 2 trades. I was ready for it to grab 1. It ended up grabbing 2. I kind of forgot that it would grab both sides. I set it to grab the first long and the first short. I should try and see what happens when we expand that out. Okay, I also wanted to look at the FANG stocks. Nothing too interesting. It's kind of just up a little bit, kind of like the market. So in the range, oh, you know what else? We're in that gap from the other day. So I told y'all to mark these levels, or I told the chat to mark these levels because they would come back into play. I know there's algos out there using gap levels. I mean, it's a classic trading 101 price chart structure. A gap. There's all different kinds of gap. That's just like the most basic kind. Like it was literally price closed here, opened here. That's again back to the close and open being important, especially when they're not overlapping. Okay, let's see if we get a little pop here. The VIX is trying to come back down. It's just getting really choppy. It got choppy really, really fast today. That's all right. I'm just catching up on some things while I'm kind of waiting for the market to do some stuff here. Making sure I'm not missing any important chats from all the chats. Yeah, Boba, your allergies are kicking up, damn tariffs. I don't know why that just reminded me of a beekeeping thing I have to do today. Allergies, bees, I guess. Chris, you're running TQQQ on TradingView 3-minute chart with free volumetric trend indicator. Okay. Just so you know, the volumetric data on TradingView is never the same as the volumetric data I get on NinjaTrader. Hey, K-Pack. I'm well, for the morning session, I've been very concerned about chop. That's why I let this orb trade in sim, but that's my big concern, is that we're just not going to have the follow through today because of the FOMC thing. But I mean, the market's really just waiting on a headline, right? One headline and the stuff's going to do whatever it wants. Yeah, I saw another headline, but it's just a repeater earlier. Tech stocks lead stock bounce despite China tariff response. Trump says, great time to buy. So the stock market's gotten Trump's attention for sure. But now I think we're just kind of caught in the middle of everything that's going on. Well, it's not a fake. How Trump of a headline is it? If he's tweeting, be cool, everything is going to work out well. The USA will be bigger and better than ever before. What's up? What's up, Bear? But yeah, unfortunately, I think the market's just really at the mercy of these news headlines right now. And, well, we're not going to have an inside day because the morning session traded lower, at least on futures. But we could have an inside day on the regular trading hours. Oh, the 90-day pause. Yeah. But that, I mean, that's what's happening is there've been a lot of headlines that's kind of sus. And so the market will react. But I think like yesterday, it's like the market wanted something to bounce on. It's just waiting for that because we are oversold. I mean, we've been oversold for a while, but you know how the saying goes, the market can remain, whatever, however it goes. The market can be irrational longer than you can be solvent. So that's what we're talking about when it's like the market can stay oversold. That just means that it's ready to bounce. It doesn't mean that we have the catalyst to actually get the bounce. So that's what the market was looking for, was that catalyst to get the bounce, because a big drop is going to have a big bounce at some point. I've been trading for 7 years and never traded off headlines until this year. Yeah, I mean, you can't really totally trade off headlines, but you definitely have to pay attention to them this year. For me, a lot of it's like getting out of the way or giving a trade room. If I happen to get on the right side, I want to be able to move my stops. That's been a problem too, is I've got my my strategies, my automated trade strategies are set for a normal market. So if I throw my my 5-point auto bracket out with the 5-point take profit and 5-point stop loss, it'll get hit like immediately. It's like if you design a bracket for 𝗜s and then try to trade it on 𝗜s, it's kind of the same thing, just because we're getting these bigger things. Tesla, well, the thing about it's hard to call Tesla a great buy. Tesla would be a speculative buy. That's the way it's always been, though. I have traded the hell out of some Tesla. I should go back and try to program a bot or something and just call it the 𝗘𝗲𝘁𝗍𝗲 bot. I was looking at that. So I've been like real focused on the futures bots, but we were talking in the chat the other day about some options bots and things. And I'm like, I need to get back into doing the options bots, especially right now. This is such a prime time for like credit spreads and things. So we're holding the UVL. I'm going to go back to the Firelines chart. That's the thing. So with Tesla earnings, it's definitely a speculative play. Tesla premiums are always juiced because it's speculators. But I always liked trading Tesla like on Thursdays or Fridays when the premiums were real juiced anyway. So maybe we just get that all week now. Okay, let's see. Just trying to look at something. Now I'm caught up. I was going to look at this chart to see if we're kind of hanging up. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging up on these gap levels. This is the gap that I was talking about. The purple lines that I have marked on my chart, it's this. So it's a filled gap, but I still, if it's recent like this and it's price action that we're still kind of messing around in, because even this, like, you can see that was a break. So that's a good level to watch, and that's right back where we are. So I'm not surprised that that's resistance at all. We've got the mill roller rolling down, so I'm kind of watching to see if that's going to roll up, because we might just kind of end up in a little choppy zone inside this gap. I could definitely draw a pink box of shame in this gap right now. Man, I am tired today too. I'm still trying to get all of these little projects that I have in the air wrapped up so that I can move on to some other things. We got some exciting stuff coming up that hopefully I will be able to talk about soon. I was going to ask today if I can start sharing, or when I can start sharing. Right now we've got just the markets are kind of getting into this mixed little mess, but I'm still watching Let me show you. I'm watching the VIX again because the VIX has been like my biggest guide lately. And I'm just kind of watching this little downtrend. It's almost like it's a swoopy, it's more like a cup style trend here, but you can almost kind of put a trend line in this more recent part. That's not real clean. Somebody's gonna give me crap about that trend line, but you know what I mean. It's also kind of making a little bull flag there. So I'm really watching to kind of see if we can get any clues from what VIX is gonna do right here. Yeah, if VIX moves up, then I think the ES will move down. VIX has been such a good guide lately. I've literally been able to trade off the VIX. The other night when I was trading in the middle of the night, when that tariff stuff first started getting really spicy, and I was trading it at night, that was one of the things that I was really missing, is having my good VIX chart, because it's not reliable during the after hours like it is during the day. I'm watching my cameras real hard today too, to make sure there's no escapees that make me bolt. That was scary. I thought they were gonna like go out in the road, because our gate was open too, because we had some landscapers coming in and out. I think that part of why the market's chopping is the market has just been responding so well. I know that, so it's like that the VIX is responding to the market, but the VIX is responding to more markets than the one that I'm just watching. This is like what I did not want to happen today. This is making me think that I'm done with my little tiny trade that I did today. Because you can trade FOMC. It's just the meeting minutes. I talked about that earlier. If you don't know the difference, I can go over it again. But basically, I trade those a little bit differently. This is looking like it's trying to just it's just trying to like do another little pop up here. But the problem is it's really hard to enter these because of like I was talking about with how the stops have to go, basically. Because even on micros, the stops are crazy. I am scaled so down lately. Like it's been 1/4 or 1/5 in that range. But yeah, it's definitely. See, the VIX is got, this is just a 3-minute candle moving down, and so we're getting a little push up. It's trying to do a little pop, but yeah, this is just getting choppy. I would still watch that upper range because it's really at this level too, around 75, 80. Definitely not as exciting as yesterday. Yesterday was way more exciting than this. We are getting a bit of a 15-minute bull flag. I'm going to go back to this chart. It's nice and clean. To show you the 15-minute, I'll do it on the NAS too. Two contracts to start a position and then just add one at a time, max 5, and not walking away for anything unless I close first. What do you mean not walking away for anything? It has been a little bit different. I've been messing with some adding too, not as much this week. I was in sim working on some adding maneuvers. I get mental about like increasing my average. I don't know. I need to not, but I do. But so are you really good? Is that how you normally trade, or is that kind of how you're trading this environment where you take an initial and then add? Yeah. So it's for the volatility then, right? It's just something I need to kind of wrap my head around before I feel comfortable doing it. That is one thing I'm really good at that I think everyone pushes too hard. I've done it too. I've pushed too hard when I first learned something new and I want to go put it in live, or it's just a prop firm account. I'll just put it in the just a prop firm account. But if you take the time to actually go through and practice it, and I like doing playback, but just live sim works great too. And if you actually practice it, then you have so much confidence in the trade, but you also have confidence in all the little nuances that come with it. So whether it's a trade or positioning. Good morning, Pat. I congratulated you earlier. I wasn't sure if you were on, but congratulations on getting that evaluation passed. So you are officially, I need to upgrade you to funded trader in the group too. We have a role for that. It's just for fun. It doesn't do anything but give you a little icon, but you've earned it. So Pat is now a funded trader. Yeah, you got a little funded trader icon after your name now. That's exciting. I remember the very first time I even texted my husband. I sent him the picture of what's her face, the freaking presidential candidate failure lady doing the, oh, Joey did it. Kamala. I don't know why I blanked on her name. Oh yeah, you don't need to be trading minis right now. I let the sim take minis, but I'm sized down, so I can't take minis right now. Now the VIX is kind of ticking up. See, this is the problem, is we're in a choppy, the VIX is choppy, so the markets are choppy. USTR Greer says there's an opportunity for nations to cut tariffs and non-tariff barriers in negotiations over U.S. reciprocal tariffs. You know what my opinion about tariffs is? Can we just like get it over with? Like we know that this is all just a machismo pissing contest, and that we're just going through the process. So can we just get to the end there? Your broker moved E-minis to 3? What do you mean, like the max? 1 micro for 40 points is $200. Exactly. But the thing is, like, we're all trained that we can't get $40 a day. You know, a year ago, I was seriously fucking thrilled with 5 points a day. So that's when I would be more likely to trade a mini instead of a micro. Okay. Well, I'm still at Ninja, and Ninja still has the $500 for an E-mini, so it's $50 for an ES micro. $50, make you holla, make you $100 real quick in this market, actually. That's the thing, like usually micros are boring. And I think anyone who's traded micros previously still has that in their head, that micros are boring. But if you're struggling with minis, switch over to the micro. Seriously, they're moving. They're cooking with gasoline right now. I was trading. Well, I still do sometimes some futures at Interactive Brokers, and they have the full margin rate too. So that's another reason. Like I have to trade minis in that one. Otherwise, an NQ is freezing up $20,000. I don't need one NQ to hold up 20K. I'm a little too spoiled for that. I'm a little too spoiled on my NinjaTrader trade of 8 margin. I think AMP was increasing too, right? I don't know if Hunter's on 100 trades with AMP. I think I saw something about AMP increasing their what you need with their margin requirements. Okay, is that what it is on AMP? I mean, there's a lot of great things about AMP, but that is the trade-off there is the adjustable margin rates. I mean, any of them technically are, and they always have in their agreements and things that they can change that. U.S. Treasury is sanctioning enablers to the Iranian nuclear program. I don't think that news came from the U.S. the way it's spelled. Interesting. So I am still kind of watching this bull flag. I actually did. I don't encourage this because it's kind of danger zone. But when you have a bull flag with a big ass range, I didn't take 37 points, but I was just doing this kind of deal inside of there, and now I'm out again, so now it can make the extension without me. But that's like I'm also kind of fine with this. Like I'm not getting the extensions, but the extensions are scary right now. But now we've got VIX moving down, so it might actually, well, it's trying to. It's being choppy. It's still in that support zone. Now it's getting the nice pop. But you know what? A few weeks ago, the curse was I would set my take profit and it would go one tick below it or above it or whatever, and then either go back to break even or hit my, by then I had my stop at break even, but it was like break even, break even, break even, or break even plus. I'll do break even plus one tick to cover the commissions. But oh yeah, we'll let it pop. Sometimes I'm cool. This is my mentality, and I don't know if this is good or not, but you can steal it if it works for you. If I get a trade and I paper hand the hell out of it, I still think, hey, I made my money. The idea was right, and I didn't need the full thing. I can still be satisfied by my whole idea working out, even if I'm not still in the trade, because I was right about the trade, but then I was also right about a more conservative approach, which is fine. Darren, will Japan reemerge as the #1 economy in Asia, considering China's stranglehold on rare earth is slipping? You know, I was meaning to look up the rare earth stuff. I am not very well educated on this rare earth thing, but I do know that China is withholding rare earth exports to the US right now. But that's interesting. That would be cool, huh? If Japan kind of overtakes again. Old Trumpy is messing with the whole world right now. Old Uncle Donnie. Quite the character. It is interesting that he finally addressed the stock market. Now is a great time to buy. It's the greatest time that there ever was to ever buy. Da, 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 da. I think I'm going to get an eval, a cheap eval or something for this bot. We'll see. I'm looking at it. Casually says that after people, yeah, well, I don't think that you should blame the stock market for losing you money under any circumstances, because that's always possible. Like, that's always part of the deal, especially if you buy at highs. Like, we were at all-time highs. Like, you're not supposed to do that. This is a little dramatic, but I pointed this out yesterday. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm going to go all the way. Well, no, I think I have to go out to even the monthly. But what we're doing when we're comparing is you can kind of compare this drop. We got this drop here. Let's see. How do I want to mark it? Well, y'all can see it. Y'all got eyeballs. We had this big drop here. So that's the COVID drop from 33.71. And think about that. This is COVID. We're at 33.71 down to 21.67. And then we had this drop here. This was a Biden drop. I don't remember exactly what was going on then. This was like Fed stuff. So 48.26 down to 35.20. These are also massive drops. And when you take the percentage, this drop was a lower percentage of the market than these two. So if we're going to compare it to these two drops, we actually still have room. Well, that's the problem with Trump. So Trump could have the most genius idea to save the entire world. And a lot of people wouldn't listen to me because of the way that, or listen to him because of the way that he speaks. And that sucks and that's unfortunate because then you always have a preconceived notion about what everything he's doing being stupid. And I can tell you the guy is not, billionaires aren't stupid. I don't know why we get this idea that billionaires are stupid. Billionaires aren't stupid. You don't get to become a billionaire by being a dumbass. You literally do not dumbass yourself into billionaire status. You can act like a dumbass, but you're not actually a dumbass. So he has made, whether he had a great pedestal to start off on or not, he did do things with what he had to, he was a success with those. But yeah, I mean, it's a fact. I don't understand. This is the other thing that pisses me off. This is a little side rant. But everyone wants to be rich as fuck, right? We all want to be rich as fuck. We want to be so rich it hurts. We want to be so rich that we just have fuck you money. The neighbor had a bad day. We're going to go buy him a Louis Vuitton, whatever. Like we want to have so much money like it hurts. But then you get pissed off at everybody who does. Like that's our goal. And if that's what you want to achieve, then how can you hate or despise or whatever somebody who has what you want? Like that doesn't make sense to me. So I think that I'm going to do a better job with tons of money than a lot of other people were because I'm going to give to the things that that mean a lot to me, that I care about. Those are my priorities. They're not the same as somebody else's priorities. So if what I do with my fuck you money is different than what somebody else does with their fuck you money, that's just based on the priorities. And it doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means that it's different. But the absolute, he was a great wrestler, was he? If there's no reversal, there's no trade for you today. I'm still watching, but I want it to drop out the bottom of like way down here. Really, it's where that opening range breakout was. Like this, I'm on the wrong chart. This guy down here. That's what I want to see drop out. But yeah, I didn't know that Trump was a wrestler. That is true. So most people have a bad relationship with money and they don't really understand what it is because, well, it's the difference between money and wealth. But it's the difference between money and wealth. So money is like what you pay your bills. You can pay your electric bill with money. You're going to go buy a pair of Nikes with money. But wealth is something different entirely. And there is money involved in it. But wealth is power and money isn't, if that kind of makes a difference. And I don't know. Maybe this is a little bit of the... Did you get in the short? Nice. Yeah, so the same thing that I kind of played, just like bouncing that little thing, it's almost better on the 15-minute. Oh, we are on the 15-minute on this chart. So yeah, if you just kind of play, you can play the bottom of this flag to the top of this flag a little bit. But yeah. If you want to be rich, you can't hate rich people. That's just a fact. But most people, yeah, they see it just as money, and money is spendable, and wealth is not. Wealth you build, money you spend. And I talk about that. I kind of make these distinctions. I think that's kind of what helps me because I'm with y'all. I've had freaking nothing, and then I've also had a lot, and so I know the difference. Nice. These wicks are kind of scary up here. That's kind of a good call to sell those wicks. But yeah, we're all trying to be rich, so we can't hate on our peers. Because that's the other thing. They tell you to go be friends and you know, network and everything with the people who you want to be like. But you can't if you hate them. Exactly. If you hate what you want to achieve and then wonder why you can't achieve it. SpongeBob face. Topping tails, is that what they're called? I like that. Topping tails. You can, the NASDAQ is really, really, really clear. See, literally all those little tails. So anything that goes above it, you can just sell that and then take profit in here, which again, looks like nothing, but even on micros, like this is a big range. So I'm going to measure this. That's 80 NASDAQ points inside of that little flag. So I will play stuff like this sometimes. I don't usually like cover it on the stream because I think I took some of those last stream, but like it's kind of hard to explain that sometimes. But that's literally something that you can do if you just need a little trade. I'm like afraid to give up my green at this point a little bit. So I need something super, super, super clear. Kind of like that trade I had at the beginning as I was coming on. So a lot of y'all probably missed it, but it was it was this line, but it was on the 5 minute, so it made more sense back then. It was because we were at this LVL line, which is a fire lines level, and it got this structure break. I took that. Just to hear though, I didn't get that whole thing. But that was plenty. I measured that earlier. I think the whole move was 14 points. I didn't get the whole move, but I didn't need to. I mean, the cool thing about the leverage with futures is 5 or 10 points a day can absolutely feed you, and it can feed you well. Okay, so let's do some housekeeping. Don't forget to like the stream. If you buy prop firms, I've got my links below. Right now I'm trading Apex, and my new prop firm is My Funded Futures. I'm still learning their system a little bit. I want to do a video because the rules are a little bit different, and you can kind of buy the package that suits the rules that you want, which is kind of cool. So I'm still learning all of that. I was talking to some people who were looking at their programs, and it was kind of the same thing. It's like it's overwhelming to go look at those options, but that is who I decided to try out here. Oops. Trying to respond to a message and I screwed everything up. I mean, everything seems extra slow today, doesn't it? Or is it just me? I guess we got spoiled yesterday. I had like a ton of trades. I didn't win a ton. But the market was moving more because I was like itching for that 10:30 trade, or 11:30 Eastern. But I don't know if it's setting up. When and what time is the news coming out? Part of the problem right now is we're just getting random headlines. So it's not real good. If we go look at we don't have data anymore today. But the FOMC meeting minutes, actually we do. We have the 10-year bond auction is at 1. See, this is why I've just like shut off. Afternoon's not happening for me. There's no afternoon trading. But so the 10-year bond auction is at 1. It'll move the market. It'll give the market an initial movement, and then the market will settle down from it. And then at 2 o'clock is the meeting minutes. So those are both Eastern time. So I'm Central, so that'll be noon and 1 o'clock for me. But until then, we're probably going to stay inside. Well, it's really, really easy to stay inside of yesterday's price action because we had that massive rally. KPEC wants to know, do you invest in ETF stocks, etc.? I'm looking at doing some of those. SCHD. I just right now I've been sticking to the basic ETFs. So like SPY is my main holding. I've been wanting to go look at some of the funds that Interactive Brokers has specifically. So it's not just the general ETFs, but like the funds, because I'm trying to diversify a little bit. But I do think you're onto something though, that looking at ETF buys down here would be good. I mean, tech too. Tech's always kind of, well, tech's what Congress goes into. But yeah. Here goes that little bull flag again. I'll put it back on the 15-minute because I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but what time frame do I use? I use the time frame that has the thing that I'm watching on so that I can see it. So right now we're watching a 15-minute bull flag. So here's the 15-minute. Do I use take profit? I have used take profit and I didn't really settle on them. I like them. I just don't think they're for me. And the reason is I like really low maintenance funded accounts, and theirs is not. There's like their funded accounts are a little higher maintenance, but I do think that they have a really good program as long as you kind of understand that. It's harder to keep a funded account than it is to earn an account with take profit, but they're legit. Like the guy is not a scammer. Oh, get back. I think we just hit your stop. That has been a good move, though. Keep selling these. What did Chris call them? Topping tails. Well, nice work. How many trades a day do you get in, KPAC? You probably trade like 3 times as much as I do. This is absolute trash, though. And like I've been saying, like I've been trading off the VIX because it's been like the world's greatest indicator lately. And it's just, I'm going to take this crap off here. That's what it's doing right now. I think I need to switch this to like 6 charts instead of 8 for the stream. I watch 8 on my screen, but that chart's not very cute on the stream, is it? But what I was looking for, and I just can't believe it's not time yet. It feels like it should be time. Is that 10:30, 11:30 trade, depending on where you are. 10:30 for me, 11:30 for y'all. When London closes. Do 1 to 5 a day. Yeah. That's so rude of the market to do that. That's what it was doing to me a few weeks ago. It got to the point where I was literally sending screenshots, like texting screenshots, like it fucking did it again. I cannot believe this. Like, hits my stop and then goes. But what I realized was I was using my brackets from a normal market and they're not working. I can't have a 5-point stop. There's no place to put a 5-point stop in this market right now. I'm not saying you had a 5-point stop, but like as an example, I've had to adjust everything a little wider. I'm just not seeing an entry in here. Like I like this spot. It's just not doing it for me. And the time of day too, because we've still got some time before London moves on out here. But let me see where we are here. Oh my gosh. I just broke that chart. I'm also noticing that the Mo roll is getting tighter to the 0 line too, which is meaning that we're not getting as much range. of the volume. Stick a fork in it. Well, yeah, we're right back down to that LVL line. There's no magic level here. The magic level's down here. It's probably below the first. Let me see. No, it's right above the first. Oh, there's that magic level too. Let's see if we hit that one. I was looking at a 5-minute chart. It's throwing me off. Let me move this one back to 5. So if we lose this LVL, we can look for, well, I'm obviously going to be looking there right at that 80 level. You know what's though, this is also, if we break here, that's the orb to the downside, which we might get. Let's see, is this thing on? Make sure my bot is still on. Huh. Oh, I see what I need to do. Yeah, you could scalp along, but it's going to be a counter trend trade, so I would book it real fast off the DVL. Yep, there goes that level. So we've got this level right here. So it's coming in just above 80. But you can watch these wicks over here. That's what I would be watching. I'd be watching where these wicks are down here. It's also at a magic level. It's also at a fire line, the dynamic level for the fire line. So that's a good little spot there. I took VWAP off of here, but we are there. This is, so the dotted one's my regular trading hours VWAP, and the solid one is my full session. You know what though? This looks like, this is still faking me out, because this looks like a small move, and we've gone from 50.13 down to 49.88. Like, that is massive. I talked to a lot of y'all about remembering when the candles get smaller, but now we're having to watch them get bigger. We are getting really, really, really close to that lower orb line. I'm watching it too, because it's right where that DVL is right now. Because that's the candle. And VIX is coming up here. This is making me kind of annoyed I didn't go short at the LVL. I was not in the mindset to push the button just then. Oops, kind of missed that one. I always miss the trade at this time, don't I, though? I always miss this one. My brain is just not engaged this hour. It's also worse when I'm streaming because I'm trying to talk to you. Alrighty. How many likes do we get? We only have 13 likes, Boba. Is that right? 13 likes? That's disappointing. Bounce right off of that area. Did you get that bounce, Chris? Pop it, pop it, pop it. I wonder if we'll come all the way back up and retest the LVL on the downside. I don't know, though. We'll see. There you go, Boba. Come on, people. Smash that like and subscribe. Did I do it right? And, of course, you can support the channel by becoming a member and, you know, doing all those things. We also have I haven't posted a link to the Discord. I can do that while we're watching this one too. I hope Chris is making money. I hope he's not typing because he's banking. There's the Discord link. The LVL's right there at 12, 13, or 13. But we've got the VIX kind of tipping up a little bit here. Interesting. NASDAQ's bouncing the LVL. This is crazy. Okay, so that's 17,253, 17,194, 60 point little teeny tiny thing there. It's so crazy. I'm not over it. Not over it. So the orb level down here is right at 79.50, I think. Yeah, 79. We'll let the bot do it. Hopefully the bot doesn't fuck this one up. I do not trust the bot. I threw it together. It's running on a little bit of 𝗏𝗏 new in a dream right now. It's pretty simple though. The reason I'm working on that one right now is it's really simple. I think I can get it out relatively quickly. I need more sleep. The Mo roll is not doing a very good job of rolling up here. We might head back through it this time. And everybody is still in their pen. So I'm looking. I'm watching you guys today. That's what happened yesterday. I got the text like, are these yours? And then I looked up at my camera like, yeah, those are all empty pens. Fuck. I think this is going to move lower. I think it's gonna. Farm cam. I've been wanting to get a like at least a bee cam or a chicken cam or something. The problem is getting Wi-Fi out to some of these spots that like actually stays on. They're always flashing on and off. I need the super Wi-Fis. Some of the stuff is like, because we're I don't know what you picture when you picture Texas. It can be a lot of different things. Okay, I'm booking this just because it's a VWAP and I'm impatient. It can drop. It can go lower. It can go lower. Shit, here it goes. It's going lower. Yeah, the capybara cam, but they've got Wi-Fi. So we have hills here. It's not like a desert where it's all flat. And it's not like the North Texas plains where it's all flat. There's all these hills, and all my little buildings are like on the other side of hills. It's kind of a problem. Picture steak and Mexican food. I'm on the edge of the hill country outside of Austin. Now we're at this really important spot. So if we get a 1 minute close below this level here, we're going to go short. I need some steak. Y'all are making me hungry. What do you pass through for? I always have to go to Dallas. I swear everything's in freaking Dallas. Nothing's here. I'm still watching. It looks like we could really lose this level hard if it actually goes. You go between Laredo and Odessa. Wow, dude. You go to the hot spots. Yeah. I worked on a project in Odessa, but I didn't really have to go there. I was working, we're doing, one of our family companies does engineering, and I was doing like some tedious tasks to help them get on top of it. In Midland, setting up housing for the oil rig workers. But yeah, you're just visiting the armpits. You go from one armpit of Texas to the other, Laredo to Odessa. Wow. I can't think of the last time I've been in Laredo. Nobody goes there on purpose. It gave you nothing, Bear? Bear has 0 trades. 0 trades or just not very much? I'm still looking at this orb. It just will not give it to us. Like, the level is the 50 level down here. Where's this little guy? That's not where it is. It's down here. Or is it 78? No, it's 79. That's the spot. That's the spot that's the orb spot. But it may not give it to us today because it gave us both perfectly. Both sides profited perfectly yesterday. So today it's going to be like, nah, Barbs, we're not doing it today while you're live. Make sure I have this thing running. It turned off on me earlier because I closed the chart. Oops. Bear's being responsible. Bear's waiting for the bear trade to happen. I respect that. It's especially hard when you're in a group hearing people, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, to hold true and wait for your own trade, but it is the way. Like, I love K-Pax trades too. That's why I was like, oh, where's K-Pax? K-Pax gotta be trading this. But those are different trades than I would take sometimes. I still like them. I still respect them. I still want to see them. That's one of the skills you have to get, is seeing trades that you don't take. But I haven't tested that. I've got to test it because I'm a nerd. All right, market. Let's give it some space. Let's let it come up. Okay, we're gonna let it come up. We're gonna let the market come up, and because we're getting a little breather, I'm watching the Mo roll. We're on the 5 minute. I like the Mo roll in the 5 minutes. So let's let it get this little breather up here. Let's let it pull up, and then go. That's what we want. That's what I want. Please, market. The problem is the market's just not wanting to cooperate until it gets further instructions. A la tariffs, a la FOMC minutes. And so the reason that the bonds are important, so the bond, we have bonds released all the time. That's what's at an hour before. So it's at 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock my time. Technically it's at 1:01. But they're going to release the results of the bond auction. This is the 10-year bonds. It's a shorter term. There's 2-year, 5-year, 10-year, 20-year, 30 years, all kinds of bonds you can get. And if you don't know what to do with your money, if you are just scared retarded right now, then you can buy bonds, right? So that's the interesting thing that we need to watch, is if the bonds have increased in value, that's because they're bidding them up. And if they've decreased in value, it's because they're bidding down. Bear has definitely been eating lately. It is a feast for the bears. I lost my chart. There it is. Look at that. This is a month. Let me go back to the daily. Look at this feast for the bears. Gave the bulls a little snack and then more feast for the bears. So it's not giving us the orb, Boba. Damn you, market! The market's saying, hey, you probably just should have been a nerd and programmed stuff today. Yesterday was kind of a nice, like, we just had such a nice range. Like, this is a range that we would love on any other normal day. It's just, what a weird chop. I mean, if you look at the doji, here, look, I was just there. We have a doji on the daily right now. The market does not know what to do right now. So we got like 25 minutes until that London close trade. Was a nice pop off of that purple line. That purple line is the default dynamic value level in the Fireline system, by the way. It also happens to be about a 50 SMA. It's a good one. I used to keep the smaller EMAs on my day trading chart, and it was actually driving me crazy. It was, I was hopping in and out of trades with the tighter EMA. So these days, I will very, very rarely go below a 20. You see what this shit did, though? That's the trade I wanted. Literally, it's like, nah, we're not doing that. The doji could mean a bottom, but I'm not going to call it a bottom until it's proven one. So I need another candle up here. This may not stay a doji either, because there's a lot coming this afternoon. So this may not stay. Plus, we have all this news. Because this is global, we have news coming out in Europe while we're sleeping and things that's moving the market. And that's why we're waking up to ridiculous gaps and things too. Let's see. Greer says they're already seeing some movement from countries in talks with tariffs. Yeah, okay. Everybody's... This is what... Can we fast forward through this? This is what we're doing on tariffs right now. I want to fast forward through this. Like, I want to be able to appreciate Trump for the comedian that he is. And it's hard to do that right now. I'm just going to make this white for now. So the dotted line up there is basically SPX's VWAP, but on the ES chart. We're getting kind of tight in here. Do you see what else could possibly be forming? I'm going to take this old one off. That was a trade from way earlier. It's over. It's a has been. I'm kind of looking to see if we form this kind of deal here. Because if we break this kind of thing at a level and the break would still be down here, that's going to be power. I know I'm being quiet. I was catching up on something. Bear, depending on candlesticks, is like trading with a car from 1920. It might move, but it will break down before you make it. Well, price action is a good part of the puzzle, though. I will give it that. If you have a good price action set up at a good level, so let me put it this way. This is the daily chart, but it doesn't matter. Like, this could be a different... I'm getting rid of this thing too. I don't know what it's for. But if we have a level here and we doji at a level, this is really dim. Let me make it a better color. But if we get a doji at a level, this is way more powerful than a doji by itself. So that's what I'm always talking about in context. So price action patterns are great, but then when you can apply them to the context of the market, like where support and resistance is, or even some Fibonacci's, we could throw some Fibonacci's on there. That's when you can really make use of those. And since this move really started down here and not up here, that's where I would put that Fibonacci. But look, I think I was looking, did I look at this on stream the other day, or was I typing that we keep projecting this golden pocket down here too. So that's the kind of thing too. So that's a level up there around 12. Didn't we just play that level? I think it was Willie was commenting on how that became a strong level. Well, there it is. So levels make everything more powerful, whether it's price action or anything else. So we'll see if this starts to kind of break down through here, because that's more price action plus levels. I can't read that. Hang on. Let me get to my other screen. Just check the swing on monthly and draw your Fibbo. There's so many different places you can put fibs on the daily right now because we've had such nice drops. So like that's the most recent, but you can definitely do this whole thing too. And I have on some of my levels are marked for this entire drop. The thing is you have to keep moving it. But you can put a fib here, you can put a fib on this whole thing. And those will all, like that's the whole move there. That's on the monthly. Yeah, and I pay attention, especially I pay attention to these flags on the daily. So I was just talking about horizontal lines, but the diagonal lines work really well as too. So I'll show some here. Like this one is just like glaring at me. So there's one there. There's one there. So the flag breaks that I play on intraday charts, they work really well on the daily charts too. And then because this is the point that really broke, that's going to be a level again. This one up here too, because that's the point that broke, that's a level. All right, let me go back to this one because we're waiting to see this. So this is, if bear gets a play today, I think it's going to be something like, oh wait, that's the wrong chart. I think it's going to be something like coming up into here, because that's our breather, that's our inhale. If y'all watch the Motorworld video, now we're looking for that exhale. Hopefully that exhale can break us through this, but then really break us through that, because that's the main intraday support. Because if you look at it, this line here, it's really faint, so I hope y'all can see it, but it's also where this volume starts. That there is where the market opened. So since we opened, we have not broken this level. Since we opened, we've held this level. So if that level breaks, it's probably going to break hard. Okay, back. I want to know which one you're looking at. We might be off timing here. It broke first before bouncing. Now I don't know which level you're looking at. But that's kind of the structure I'm looking at right now. See, I mean, you could potentially play a scalp from here to here, because normally this might be 2 points, but today it's a lot more. That's 15 points just between a trend line break and the VWAP right now. And then all the way down to that magic level is pretty nice. What do you consider yourself, a bull or a bear? I try to be neither. It's my goal to be neither a bull or a bear. So I know my screen name's Bull Barbie, but Bear Barbie didn't sound as cute. I'd like to trade longs better. So there's that. But I mean, life's hard enough. And so I'm always trying to find like the rosy side, the glass half full. And so I think that that's why that comes naturally. Like just trading longs comes more naturally. But I like to put my bear hat on and play a bear trade because we were talking about this yesterday, I think. Let me go. No, this should work. So when we drop, we tend to drop hard. I mean, this is just today. We worked really hard to get up to this level. But then once we lost the momentum, it just dropped hard. Now it's just going to fill out this trend line to the upside and not give me the bear play too. Market's just on some shit today. VWAP 49.96. We might be going back to the highs. This will be interesting to see because I haven't run the test on this yet, but I want to see if the orbs break later in the day, how they work. I mean, there's money both ways. I like money, right? That's the point here. So if I can't make a long work to improve the account, then we don't do it. Follow the bears. They're the most profitable players. What about last year though? Tell me about, this is why you have to be flexible. Oop, that was the wrong one. Let's talk about this. Where's last year? Where does it really start? That's May still. You get the point. January. That's December still. Where's January? I know I'm close. Here's January. Bull, bear. Bull, bear. That's a pretty nice one there though, actually. I don't know. It paid being a bull last year. I've shown y'all what I was doing. I was buying this and buying it. Failed there, but bought it there. Just buying that over and over and over again. Yeah. Well, in general, the market goes up. We were talking about this. So these last major hiccups or whatever, this is the monthly. So there's COVID. There's, dealing with interest rates and all that stuff. So COVID high. Before COVID, we were at 33.86. Okay? 33.86. I mean, we're almost at freaking twice that for these highs. That was not very long ago. And then up here too, this high. This is the high, 5,000. The low down there, 34.80. This was 3 years ago. Like we're spoiled brats saying ES should be 7,000 by now. Let's be real. Yeah, if the bulls are feeding you, take it. Eat. If the bears are feeding me, I'm going to take it and eat. Okay. I'm just not seeing setups in this. I'm going to give it the 10 more minutes. And then I'm moving on. Yeah, the channel is Bull Barbie. That's partly just because I needed a screen name. I was getting crap for not having a real screen name in Discord. In the original Discord, there is a forklift at my gate. What is happening? These are not distractions I need right now. We are, there's like a private road to my house that like 5 of us share. And we're doing work on it. For some reason, my house has become the staging zone for this crap. Not really into that. Don't diddle in the middle. There you go. K-Pack's got the advice for us. Don't diddle in the middle, y'all. Don't diddle in the middle. Well, that's a good one. I've known that one, but I forgot it. Don't diddle in the middle. K-Pack, did you trade with any other groups before this? Do I know you from like Simpler or anywhere else? I was thinking about one of the traders, one of the female traders from Simpler, because I haven't even checked in with her since I stopped trading with them a few years ago, but she lives right down the road from me. And I was like, man, I wonder what she's doing. I think she lives like 10 minutes from me. I got ruined a little bit on John Carter because we have like mutuals basically. And I don't know. It kind of ruined it for me a little bit. Florida now, World Golf Village. All right. I like Florida. I'll come visit you in Florida. There's so many trips I was supposed to take to Florida lately, and they keep getting postponed. It's driving me crazy. I even planned one for the Keys because my kids had never been there. And they think of the beach, they think of the Texas beach, which is fine if you need a beach fix. But once you see Florida, you get it. I've got a major shell collector, so she wants to go to the beaches that have the good shells. There's definitely a lot of good shell beaches in Florida. She's gotten all the varieties we can get from Texas, or at least the northern, or not really northern, but we go to like the Corpus Christi area, Port Aransas, because it's the closest to our house, so we can get there real quick. It's the best value beach as far as like time getting there goes, but I'm craving some Florida right now. Not gonna lie. It was because I was looking at that trip for the Keys, and I don't have dates for it, and I'm like, just give me some dates. I just need some dates. Always waiting on some kid's schedule. All right, 7.5 more minutes until London gets out of here. See if we can pick up a trend line break for bear off of this little 5-minute trend line. Is it looking good on the 15? That would be even better. Nah. We just have that break from earlier. So it's not even a 15-minute setup. This is literally a 5-minute setup. Bubba, I was really hoping we were going to get that lower orb. Taunting me. My good chat froze. I have to go to my backup. Oh, you were a lifeguard for 20 years. No bad days at the office. Yeah, I would think so. Well, for some reason, this is hitting the major news. Prada's talks to acquire Versace from Capri Holdings are at risk of collapsing at the 11th hour with financial markets in turmoil. So they're scared to close their deal because of the markets. I don't know how to say this guy's last name. 𝗟𝗡𝗓, Fed member. I'm not familiar with him. He expects U.S. growth this year that will be materially below the estimated 2% trend. So he's a bear. He's a little hawkish on the market here. UK Chancellor Reeves says Trump tariff war is not enough to override UK fiscal rules. Yeah, we're getting the end of day UK news. I'm going to try to pay attention to that. Double doing my drinks here. I got breakfast. I've got caffeine. Now what's at my gate? It's a dump truck and that one's not a forklift. That one's a bobcat. A little party out there right now. George has arrived. Yeah, we're like at the end of the stream here, George. I'm looking for an end of UK session trade here, hopefully. George, I saw you were looking at higher time frame charts. So you're gonna have fewer trades but bigger ones, huh? Keep back your hawkish short term, but in a few months this will all be over. Exactly. Yeah, why didn't we buy when stuff was on sale? The thing is, like, if you buy right now, you can't buy and nitpick it. You can't buy and say, oh, it's down 8% today. Crap. You have to buy it and buckle the fuck up. Like, yeah, I've missed a lot of your trades because I don't like trading off the 1 minute. But this is kind of a George setup here, isn't it, on the 5 minute that I'm looking at right now? Because this would be, well, it's better on ES right now because the NASDAQ has climbed a little bit higher, but we've got a potential VWAP and LVL break at a trend line. Chris, I like those swing trades from time to time, but I do those in my personal. Yeah, so I keep my accounts totally separate, and this is what's been keeping me sane. So I have a day trading futures account, I have a day trading options account, and then I kind of merged my swing trading and long term into one account, but I just have that slower account too. So George is watching the inflection point on NASDAQ up here. That would kind of line up with this magic level on ES. So that's another kind of rally and drop thing. So 73, where does that put us? You know where that is, Boba. That's the orb level. Are you still selling options? Not very much. I was talking in the chat because we do have some option sellers in there, and it's something that I want to get back into. So my Iron Condor, I think, would not be ideal, but the leg in one, the one that's 2 credit spreads and has the leg in on each side rules, probably would be good right now. And so I want to go take that one and do the back testing on it. I just haven't had time. Right now, I'm working on getting this orb thing finished because I'm going to share it with everyone. It's an indicator and an auto trader. Because I've personally wanted this. And it's driving me nuts right now because for a while, the orb trades weren't paying very well because we weren't getting the follow through for the ranges. But right now, we're getting it like almost every single day. And we watched it today, we didn't get it. So, but usually it's been happening. This is like the first day we haven't paid on that in like 3 weeks. Yeah, so the Iron Condors in the credit spreads. So Boba's doing them a little bit differently than I am, and I want to experiment with some different times. The trade that I was doing in the first minute of open, I'm not sure is the best right now. Because I was looking at just the charts for how the options move throughout the day lately. And it's just a little bit different. Like sometimes we're hanging on to premium a little bit longer and things. I'm not able to like get out in 2 hours for 80% right now. So I don't know. I just need to go back and do some testing. But my goal is every single time I have a methodical, straightforward trade to program it and let it go and get it in account so it can do its thing. Yeah, the options are the call options specifically are picking up. Yeah, I try to watch the flow too, but that's another thing that I've just been so focused on futures. I haven't been watching it as much. I've been watching it more end of day. And I noticed last 2 days there's been tech buying. I'm trying to build a tool to help me because I have the same problem everybody else does, where it's too much to watch. And so my goal is always to build tools to make things look easier. So Boba's testing my orb thing right now. And the idea is it's going to put the lines on the chart to make things really easy if you want to trade it. And if you don't want to trade it, you turn it off and you take it off. But that's always my goal in any of these, is to make my personal trading easier. And if they help other people, then y'all can have that too. But annoyingly, I was actually starting to look at the put selling stuff. But I mean, we were like in here. So like it wasn't a really good time to start a put selling program. Yeah, ES isn't holding as strong. I've been kind of trying to keep an eye on tech while I've been talking to y'all. It's not really moved much. This is another thing. There's the AI stuff is still going on, but the AI news is not as interesting as the tariff news right now. So, that's the wrong one. Here's Fang. Like, I still think Broadcom's got something up their sleeves. But what'll happen is these AI models will come out as either really, really good or kind of not so great. And then these will get either knocked around or the order flow is what's showing these more than the price action right now, because everything is just so hammered down. But that's what I've been trying to pay attention to, is who's got the good buying opportunities in here. I know Google was lighting up. That's one I was going to go look at again. Nvidia just like always seems like a good buy under $100. But some of the ones that have been coming out more have been these other guys. Microsoft's got Copilot, which runs off of it runs off of a few different ones. So they've got the ChatGPT model in there and some of the other ones. But that's the thing, is like all this stuff is getting very convoluted on AI, so it's harder to just straight up follow the headlines on it. We're kind of getting this break here too. That's why I switched over real quick, but it's got to be below VWAP for me too there. This is really choppy. But it is the time. This is the time for that reversal right now. This is also just coming out to be like a big old bull flag too. One of the guys I know sets his watch to 45 minutes and then he walks away if not in a trade. And he stands up and stretches. Yeah, I'm actually really good about that when I'm not streaming. I probably need to build it into the stream a little bit too. Because when I miss that second good setup in the day, a lot of the time I feel like it's just because I've been sitting here staring all the time. And if I'd gotten up and gotten a snack or walked outside or whatever, I would have been fresh enough. Yep, this is turn time. Potentially. We're below VWAP. It's looking kind of heavy. We'll see if we can get something. Because what I would be looking for, of course, the LVL is the easy little scalp grab there. But potentially we could come back down and retest the full VWAP down here, as well as this moving average, which is the DVL. But you can also use the 50 if you have not signed up for the Firelines yet. Firelines is not my indicator. Firelines is by Rob Topple. 3 lower highs. Yep. Is this going to be another Elliott wave? Who's going to tell me this is an Elliott wave in here too? So the rule of 3, like, it's not just in trading, it's in life. There was some trade, I'm trying to remember, I think he just called it the 3 sisters whenever we had 3 highs like that. He'd call them the 3 sisters, and he was like, he's short the 3 sisters. I'm trying to remember who that was. It's not somebody I kept up with. Here it comes. No, not quite. Choppy. This is something that I watch here too. I kind of watch the range on the Mo rolls. There we go. I grabbed that. Okay, that's done. Now I can keep going. I'm just doing the little pussycat trades today. So we're in wave 2. I see. George was over there chatting and y'all weren't paying any attention to him. Poor George. Like the crack of the whip, I snap, attack, front to back. It's thick called rat. There you go. I was trying to read that like it was a normal comment there for a second. The order flow looks heavy to me right now. I see more selling than buying on the order flow. So that's why we could get this little turn here. Trump is expected to sign an executive order as early as Wednesday aimed at reinvigorating U.S. shipbuilding and reducing China's grip on the shipping industry, according to Reuters. Reuters is one of the few news things that I've actually been following. If there's a headline that is injecting emotion, then I'm like, cancel, not reading your shit anymore. I saw one the other day that was like, Trump devastates something. And I was like, no, he didn't devastate it. He signed it. Trump signed the thing. He didn't devastate shit. That would have been what the signing did, not what Trump did. So like that kind of thing. I'm like, but Reuters has been good. Oh man, it's choppy. We're just marrying the LVL on ES down here. You drew a line from the overnight highs through this dip. Looks like 5,000 here. It could be the new make or break. That means that this is kind of this kind of puts this, it puts a zone here. Oink. Oink. I think that's supposed to say pink. So this definitely could be a choppy area. Well, you had it up to like 5,000. I'm kind of going down to VWAP there, but yeah, that kind of, this is the hard zone. But then again, that puts that orb right there as the play. Okay, y'all, I really only do have a few more minutes today because I do have some responsibilities coming up here in a little bit. So that was my last trade. I didn't even look at how much it did on my account. It was okay. It was an okay trade. It was green. I can tell right now that I'm slipping into my perfectionist tendencies. That's why I brought that up earlier. Like I can see myself slipping into trying to like keep my clean sheet over taking the trades. So it's time to take a walk. I don't think Reuters does have a live feed, but my feed will post from Reuters. And that was listed as the source on that one, on the shipbuilding. I use New Squawk, which is not cheap, and I am trying to find a good way to bring it. You know, I have the news channel in the Discord, and I'm trying to do something else with the news feed too. So I'm working on it, but to bring the news feed that I have over to share, like to get the actual API out of it, is really expensive. So I'm looking at some other options because right now, like I have the membership, the Trading Ranch membership, where you can get the premium membership that then gets you the private channels that I just started and my indicators. And my goal with that is to help kind of pay for some of these feeds that I want to get. Not very many of you pay yet since I just launched it, but one of the complaints I had was not having good instructions out, and that was always planned this whole time. So I do have instructions finished on everything at the moment. I'm caught up on instructions. And more are coming. This is when I was going to end, but yeah. So tell you what, I will be in the Discord. Most of y'all are in there anyway, if you want to tag me, but I do have to go. And can you tell that I'm trying to stream more and more? I'm working out a schedule, and I'll tell y'all this stuff very, very soon, that I'm working out a very firm schedule that I think y'all are going to like. I had to work it out with my family too, you see, because right now I have like 2 mornings a week that are an absolute cluster, and today was one of them, getting some kids out the door. But I have a plan. It's going to get better here very, very shortly. Okay, but yeah, George, I will update y'all with what I'm looking at on that data feed, because it is so nice having all of this stuff that I read off to y'all and that I copy paste. But like if I copy paste, you're waiting for me. I want it to be automatic. So on that note, I will see y'all hopefully tomorrow, but I'm not going to promise in case something comes up. But like I said, I am getting a very regular stream schedule coming up here shortly. So thanks for joining me, y'all. I will chat with you, if not later today, hopefully tomorrow, certainly by Friday. Friday we should have the fireside chat. So y'all have a great day. Take care.